YouTube viewers, welcome to another video. It's Joseph here, and today I'll teach you how to solve the absolute value inequalities, or the the modulus inequalities. Okay, so the modulus, this word, it is interchangeably used with the word absolute value. Okay, so whenever you see any of these two words being used, just know that they're talking about one and the same thing. Okay, so in this video I'll be solving this question that you're seeing here. This is from the tutorial sheet. So before I proceed with solving, first of all, let me explain to you what it means when you have a modulus. Let's say you have a modulus of x. So when you have a modulus of x, it is the same as having plus or minus x, meaning that x, it can be positive or it can be a negative. Okay, so in a case maybe where you have they've given you like the modulus of 1, and they'll tell you negative 1, and they tell you to find the answer. Oftenly you'll be figuring out that you get positive 1. This is because of the presence of this negative a. That's why they say that a modulus always gives a positive. Even if you have a negative inside the modulus, you are still going to get a positive answer. Okay, so now how about in a case where you have you are dealing with the inequalities? So when you're dealing with the inequalities, for instance, the inequality that we have there, first of all, you're going to say that, let me write it down. You have 2x minus 3, this is 3a, and have less than or equal to 5. It is same as I have plus or minus 2x minus 3a less than or equal to 5. Now, remember, I have plus or minus a, right? So I can come up with two expressions. I can break this equation down into two equations, meaning that I am going to have, first of all, the first equation is just going to be like the exact same thing that I have a. I'm just going to get rid of the moduluses, meaning that I'm going to have positive here, 2x minus 3 less than or equal to 5. And then the other one is going to, let me write it here, let me separate them. The other one is going to be, remember there's a negative in front, it's going to get this negative. I'm going to get negative 2x minus 3 less than 5. And then I'm going to, so here is it's either you multiply the negative with what is inside, but the commonest way, or the most accurate way and easiest way, is to just divide through by the negative 1. Okay, meaning that here you're going to get back 2x minus 3, and then remember, if you are dividing a negative and with this part, and you have a symbol here, it is going to change, meaning that if here you have greater than, it is going to change to less than, and if you have less than, it's going to change to greater than. If you have greater than or equal to, it's going to change to less than or equal to. Okay, make sure that you take note of this. It's very important. So mean that the symbol is going to change. You're going to have greater than or equal to, and negative into 5 is going to give you negative 5. So this would be your second equation. So at the moment we have two equations, right? We have this equation A and this equation A. Let me just write them on a separate page. Okay, so this was the first equation, and this is the second one after dividing through by negative 1. So now here's the secret. If you don't want to be having to divide through by negative 1, you just need to know that if you're given a modulus, let's say modulus x, let's say maybe it's greater than 0, or let me put a number a, I'll put 2. You need to know that the first thing is that you're going to come up with two equations. The first one will be just exact as exact as the modulus inequalities, mean that it is going to be x greater than 2. Nothing is going to change. The first equation, nothing changes. All what is done is that the moduluses, these symbols, are going to be removed. And the second one is that the symbol a is going to change. It's going to change to, if it is in our case it's greater than, it is going to be less than. And the sign a, you are going to multiply what is on this part with a negative. Mean that in our case, of positive 2a is going to be negative 2. If you add negative 2a, it would have become positive 2. Okay, very important. Take note of that. Then after you come with these equations now, you're going to find each individually. Leave it in interval notations. Then after you do that, you're going to either you intersect the answers, or you unite the answers, where you find the union. Now, what will determine whether it is to unite or to find the intersection is what is a in the initial question. If here in the question there is a greater than or equal to, you need to just unite them, find the union. But if there is less than or equal to, you need to intersect. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you how to intersect. But in our case, looking at the question that we've been given the question that is 2x minus 3 less than or equal to 5. Meaning that when we split them like the way we did here, when we split them like this, after we find this one, we find the value of x, and this one we find the value of x, we are going to intersect them. Okay, now that I've explained the basics, I'll now proceed with solving the question. So remember, I've split them in two equations, this one and this one. So let me begin by solving the one on the left hand side. So the one on the left hand side, it is going to be 2x minus 3 less than or equal to 5. I'm going to make x a subject of the formula, so mean that I'm going to have less than 5. This one is going to go on this side. I'm going to have 3. I'm going to have 2xa less than or equal to, here I'm going to have 8. Divide 2 by 2. I'm going to get my final answer. That is going to be 4, right? So I'll keep this answer. I'm going to, in fact, let me leave it in interval notation so that I can easily put it on the number line. Because to intersect, we need to draw the number line. So in interval notations, this one can be written as negative infinity, and here there will be 4. Go and check. There's a video on interval notations. I taught how to write the interval notations. Actually, this one is not going to be a parenthesis. It's going to be a bracket, a square bracket. So this is the first answer. I mean the first value of x. Now let's find the one for the other expression, the one that came as a result of dividing through by a negative. And that is we have 2x minus 3 greater than or equal to negative 5, right? I'll make x my subject of a formula. Here I have negative 3. Here I'm going to have positive 3. Here I have 2x greater than or equal to. Here I'm going to get negative 2, right? Divide 2 by 2, divide 2 by 2. I'm going to get x greater than, x is greater than or equal to negative 1. In interval notations, this is going to be negative 1 going to the positive infinity. Okay, so it's very important that you understand everything, the basic concepts, even now the interval notations, and how to draw the number line. Make sure that you are familiar with those concepts. Now, I have these two answers, right? These two values of x. I'm going to put them on the number line now. Okay, so the first one was negative infinity to 4, right? And the second one was negative 1. Here there's a positive infinity, right? Okay, so I'm going to draw the number line. Okay, so I'm going to assume a of 0. Here I'm going to assume I have -1. Here I'm going to say I have +4. First, let's put this on the number line. So this is starting at 4, right? Going to the negative infinity. Okay, so it is going to the negative infinity. And then let's now actually let me even label this. This is negative infinity, comma 4. Now look at this one here. This one, it is starting at -1. It is going to the positive infinity. I'll put positive infinity here, and what I've just drawn right now, it is -1 here, and you have positive infinity. This positive infinity. Now, since in the original question there was less than or equal to, I'm going to find the intersection of this and this, the region where they intersect at, and it is none other than this region A. This is where the intersection is. So now you're going to describe this intersection. The intersection is starting from actually this should be shaded, even this should be shaded because there is an equal sign here. So it is starting at -1 up to +4. So now this is the final answer. So the values of x are between this range. The values are from -1 to +4. You even find your final answer. And if in a question maybe there wasn't less than, or there wasn't this, maybe there was a greater than symbol, or greater than or equal to, instead what you would have done is that you would have just united them. Okay, you would have just said negative is 4, and you say union negative, comma positive. But don't worry, I'll solve. I think I record another video where I'll explain the one that is involving the one that is having greater than or equal to. But for now, hope that you have understood how to solve these kind of questions, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to have access. I mean to be updated. Upload any new videos, or to be watching more video lessons like this on more in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and some other courses and some other subjects. Make sure that you subscribe, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and try to solve now more questions. Try to attempt solving more questions in the past papers and tutorial or practice questions. And for more lessons, I offer lessons. If you want to have access to more lessons in physics, chemistry, mathematics, I offer lessons there. I've already recorded the video lessons on different topics which are organized. Feel free to contact me on this number. I have a tutorial program where I offer lessons in the sciences and math. So make sure that you contact me. I urge you to my group, having access to my premium videos. Hope that you've enjoyed the video. Make sure that you subscribe, and see you in another video. So this is Joseph here. Okay, so these are the groups where you are going to be added once you subscribe to the official group for A+ Academy. As you can see, there is a group for MA110 there. In each group, I upload video lessons which are recorded. All these video lessons have been uploaded, and I still upload them. And in every lesson, I make sure that I solve tutorial questions, especially the most asked questions, so that you can learn and watch at your own pace and revise. Even physics video lessons are already there. Okay, and chemistry, everything is in the group, and the lessons are very organized. You'll be easily learning. Okay, so even biology, the lessons are already there. There are a lot of videos. You'll be just watching them at your own pace. And not just that, there is also this group for A+ Academy solved documents. So this group, you'll also be added once you subscribe. So this group is where I upload all the solved materials. Okay, even the documents that haven't been solved, starting from last year's past papers and tutorial sheets, I've solved them all. Remember, that's where the questions come from, and oftenly they repeat questions from the last academic year. So I've already solved all the documents. Even the tutorials that they'll be releasing, I'll be uploading them in the same group together with the assignments and the lab reports. They'll all be uploaded in this group. So once you just subscribe, you'll be added in all these groups in just a single subscription. So make sure that you subscribe